Dear DSA students, we are so excited to be on this journey with you, and we want to say a big well done for your commitment and enthusiasm so far. Whether you have just joined or you have been learning with us over the past few weeks, we see your progress and we are rooting for you all the way. Now, we know there's been a bit of silence around the learning management system, and we sincerely apologize for that. But here's the good news. We have an update as regards the learning management system, and it is one you'll love. Some of you may have been onboarded on the previous LMS, but want to ask that you kindly disregard any previous link, platform, or communication concerning that old system. We are officially switching to a new platform that you may be familiar with, Canvas by Instructure. For those new to Canvas, don't worry. A video tutorial will be uploaded to guide you step by step on how to use the platform effectively on our YouTube channel. You will also receive an onboarding email directly from Canvas by Instructure to help you get started. Please follow the instructions in the email and input your details to begin your learning journey on the platform. We are committed to making sure your learning experience is smooth, interactive, and impactful. So please, pay close attention to the announcements coming right after this video for more details. We are so glad to have you with us. Keep going, we've got this.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Trust you're having a good evening, right? Trust you had a good day. Please confirm you can hear me. Can everyone hear me, please? Yes. How are you doing today? How was work? And for those of us that are working, for those of us that are schooling, yeah, hope you had a great day. Okay, so what are your expectations for tonight's class? You can use an emoji, reaction button. Like, what are you expecting for tonight's class? Like, what's on your mind? Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Slim. Good evening, Sonny. Andrew. Good evening. Good evening, Onyade. Bola. So good evening. Listen, Daddy wants to. Sharon, I got that. It is well. All right. So, what are your expectations for tonight's class? You can use a reaction button on how you're feeling and what you're expecting in tonight's class. Okay. All right. Business is going on well. Okay. Okay. Nice one. All right. So, let's get started. Who can remind me of our last lecture, the one that happened yesterday? What was your take home and what would you like to share with us? What did you learn? And then, yeah. So maybe 2 or 3 persons should just I love thank you, Fidelis. Thank you. So what was your take home for last night class? Or what was the topic? Should we start from there? A summary of last night class, whichever way. Just give us something. I want to know if last night class was not just gisting, but I added value. That's the most important thing. So I want to know feedback. Okay, pricing strategy. That was your take home. Okay. Go to market strategy. All right. What else? What else? What else? I want more responses from you guys. I'm waiting. We learned about go to market strategy, which is a comprehensive plan to outline how a business will introduce a new product or service to its markets, aiming to reach buyers and drive revenue. I like that. I like that. It's been hell of a hectic day. I'm actually enrolled, so following up my phone calls. Sorry, Gabriel. Don't worry. God will crown your effort with success. All right. Yeah. We were asked for a go-to market because it enables to clearly understand their target audience and how the product fits within the market. Okay. Okay. Value proposition. And it is not advised to apply different pricing strategy at a time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm glad at least we all listen. We're not just on the call. We're paying attention to everything that was taught in our last class. So yeah. See you everyone. Yeah. So let's get started. For today's class, I'll be teaching us on what we titled product launch and execution, right? And yesterday we explain what go to market was, right? You can have a product launch strategy, right? Without having to have developed your go-to-market strategy. Do you understand? So now in today's class, we'll be talking about product launch and execution. So product launch. What's your understanding about product launch? The word product, the word launch. What comes to your mind as a product manager? Kate, oh, hold on. Don't worry. I'm rooting for you. So for product launch, we are ready to learn. Wow, nice one. Well done, O'Shea, J. Zach. Yeah, keep up the good work. So what's product launch? Introducing the product to the market. Okay. Another person. Product launch. I'm expecting everyone to keep dropping their comments. Like, I'm not expecting just one person. Unveiling a product. Unfolding of the product to the market. A product launch is a planned and coordinated effort to introduce a new product or market to the market. Okay, awareness of the products. Awareness of the product. Awareness. Okay. A product launch is a planned and coordinated effort by a business to introduce a new product to the market and make it available for purchase and explore more usage. Introducing the market, the product to the end user. Fantastic. I mean, we've all given the right definition of what product launch is. Bringing your product to your target audience. Yeah. All right. So let's get started. Exactly. All right. Everybody's you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. All right. So in tonight's class, we'll be talking about introduction to product launch, pre-launch activities, launch planning, and post-launch activity. Yeah. That's what we're talking about for tonight's class. Okay. But so you said you learned about different pricing strategies, penetration, scheming, economy, value. I love that. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. All right. So, product launch is the strategic and organized efforts that a company undertakes to introduce a new market or existing product to the market. Everybody has already given that definition on the channel, so it's obvious that we all know what product launch is. For every organization that they are working on a product, the goal is for them to do what? To introduce this product to their target audience. They are not just working on a product just because they want to put it in their house or probably for their own for decoration. No. The goal is for them to launch the product to their audience in order for them to be able to generate revenue, isn't it? So that's the goal. So launch is talking about the strategic plan that has been set in place that for them to be able to like introduce their products. What are the step-by-step approach in which they will carry out their product launch? It's not that they just launch a product. It's not that they will just take the product to the market without having like a plan already for them. Do you understand? So there's a lot of work at the back end that has been set in place before they even think of introducing that product to the market. Do you understand? Yeah. So it goes beyond simply making the product available for purchase, but it also builds awareness and excitement, right? As well as attracting early adopters. It also lays the foundation of a long-term success, right? And it's the process requires cross-functional collaboration between marketing, sales, support, and product team, ensuring a strong market entry and a lasting impact. So the goal of a product launch is basically for them to be able to like launch the product successfully, right? By having a lay down step by step already. Do you understand? You've learned a lot lesson. Okay, I like that. You plan to activate the products. Okay. All right. Okay. Moving on. Next slide, please. I think I'm still on the same slide. Maybe I should use my phone. It's not working. Can everyone see my slide? Okay, you can see it. All right. Please hold on. We have a bit of a technical issue. Just hold on. They're working on it. Yeah, it's okay. Please hold on. I will correct that. Let me know when you can see my slide. Okay. Okay, you can see it now. Nice. Okay. Adida Odebora, funny. Okay. I think someone said you don't understand what product launch is. Okay, that means I have to explain again. Okay, then let me just take this explanation again. Like a product launch, right, is a step-by-step plan, like a strategic plan on how you're going to like introduce your product to the market. It could be a new product, it could be an existing product, right? These are plans that you have to undergo before you even think of launching your products. There are so many things that is happening at the back end before you even think of launching it. So all of these activities, it is what we're calling, it is what is defined as product launch planning, right? So all the strategic plan that's set in place before you think of launching that product, it is what we define as product launch. So a product launch is an organized effort or strategic plan that a company undertakes to introduce their new markets or existing products to the market. It goes beyond simply making the product available for purchase, but also it's built an awareness and excitement. It's not the day that you've decided to launch a product. There are a lot of activities that will happen, right? There's a pre-launch plan, right? So you have to undergo your pre-launch plan, right, before you even think of launching. But when we get there, we explain better. So the goal is for you to be able to attract your early adopters, users, about the products that there's a product that's coming out that we are launching. No, this and that. You just like give them like a summary, right? All of those activities is just for them to be able to, for them to be looking out for that product that is coming. Like suspense, like oh, there's a product that is coming. You might not tell you can't tell them the name of the product yet, but then you just give them like, like a summary of what they should look out for on your product. So there are all those activities that happens at the back end is what is defined as product launch planning. You understand? So when you have all of these things in place, it lays a kind of foundation for your long-term success because she has seen more than the present, right? She has seen the future. You've already done all your due diligence by conducting your research. You've had all the necessary meetings with your marketing team on when you are going to launch your product. It's a lot of plan, really. It is not something that there's some launch product launch that takes. Yeah, in fact, the planning might take up to like 3 months, 2 months, depending on the kind of products they are trying to, depending on the organization as a whole. Do you understand? And the process is not just an individual thing, right? It's not just the work of the product manager. This is a kind of an activity that has to, you have to involve your marketing team, your sales team, your support team. In fact, the whole of your product team. You have to sit down to ensure that you have a strong market entry and a lasting impact on your users. Do you understand? I hope you understand that now. So we can move on to the next slide. Exactly, you're right. Yes, okay, good, good. Yeah. So a product launch passes through a number of steps known as the product launch process, starting from your ideation phase to your development phase, testing phase, analyze phase to finally launch the product or service. I believe that we've grown past what's and I can't be asking you that what is the ideation phase. You all know what that is, development phase, testing, the product life cycle and all of those things. I believe we've grown, like we are no longer, a learner, right? So I mean we are growing. So some terminologies that I'll be saying, right? I believe that we have an understanding of it. But if you don't, you can just drop your questions and I'm more than willing to attend to your question. So, market launch starts after the product has been launched. That is market launch, not product launch. And it encompasses the marketing plan and its implementation, okay, to ensure that your products reach the target market. So, when we talk about launching your products, it might be through an article, events, promotional events, ensuring that the campaign gets noticed and people become aware of the product or brand. So this in turn will increase your customer base and sales. So it depends on how you want to launch your products. Do you understand? It depends. So it's not that there is one like there is a particular method. It depends on how you choose to launch your products. But the goal is before you think of launching, there are lots of there are back end activities that you have to set in place before you think of launching. There should be this curiosity in the minds of your target audience. They should be looking out for that product. They should be eager, like we are waiting for this product. This product that they said is going to do that, and all of those things, right? All right, moving on. So why does a successful product launch matters? The reason is because it helps generate an immediate sales because your customers are already on the lookout. Do you understand? They are looking out for your products because you've done your pre-launch, your pre-launching in the sense that you've started, telling people your target audience that there's a product that's coming. So by the time you've done all of those things, you already have your users on your wait list. They are looking out. All this advertisement that you see online. There's this product that's coming. Look out for this, and that. Do you understand? So there's this. They are eager to experience your product. Do you understand? So it generates an immediate sales because they're already expecting it. It's not that day that you're launching your product, but there is an activity before that very day. So it's provide like a spark, initial demand on your users. And what does this do on your product? It drives an early sales, and it also ensures that your product reaches your target audience quickly because you've already done your due diligence. You already have your target market, your target audience. So you will, when you are launching your product, you are channeling that product towards your target audience. So it also helps you to establish the product by boosting your brand visibility, right, in the marketplace by fostering recognition and trust among your consumer. Like I always tell people that if you promise your user that this product oh, is going to do this and that, like you've already told your users that this product that you are developing or you are launching, this is what you're going to get at the end of it, the usage. It's not like you are promising that your product will do this, and at the same time, it is not doing the right thing, right? It's more like what you ordered versus what you get. So, what you promise to deliver to your customers is what they should also experience on your products. Do not promise things that is not realistic because once that happens, right? Once that happens, you're just destroying your brand. Do you understand? Which doesn't make sense. So when you're launching your product as well, try as much as possible to stick to what you promised that you're going to do. Not just that you say you do this. Unlike some products that you're buying out there, once you're done, you see the advertisement that they will do this, they will do that. At the end of the day, have you ever experienced have such experience? Whereby you ordered something online or probably maybe you're able to just have an encounter with these products online. And by the time you got the product, right, the next thing was it wasn't what you ordered. Have you ever experienced such? If yes, share your experience on the channel. Just drop some few comments about the products that you've experienced, but you didn't get what you were expecting. Okay. A lot of time, Tai and Nancy. Okay. Any products that you've experienced that you've had that kind of terrible experience with? Have I ever had a terrible experience with any products? Have I ever had terrible experience? You download some games and it's not working. Exactly. I'm not going to mention names. Yeah, I think my own experience. Yeah, I think there are some applications that you download. Like, what application have I downloaded in the past? And I ended up deleting it on my phone. It could also be services. Okay. I think there was yeah, video games. I think there was this application that I downloaded that they promised to do some certain things right, and I decided to do that. At the end of the day, they were asking for money. Before I remember, I was trying to convert a PDF file to I think to Word, right? And they said it was free. At the end of it, when I started, they were requesting for money. I was like, why did you guys now promise that this thing is free? I had to delete it. So there's so many experiences I cannot even remember right now. But what I'm just trying to say is that to earn your customers' trust, just do what you promise. Like whatever you promise that you want to do, just do it. It boosts their confidence on your the product you are launching. Because once you lost your confidence and your trust, it's really difficult for you to build it. And you know that most products is it sells faster through referral. Ah, have you used this product? Yes, so I have this massive experience. From there, you are getting your customers. Just one person can, one comment can spread. And now that we are even in, we already know that everything is digitalized. Information spread faster than the normal way, right? What about making of caps? How can we boost and launch the product? What kind of caps? Are you talking about face cap? Please be specific. So another thing is to engage early adopters, right? We have the innovators, we have the early adopters, we have um the late majority, right? And we have this last one, what's it called? Someone should remind me the last one. I think we have like five. We have the early adopters, late majority. We have the laggards. Those are the people that they will never buy a product until they've gotten feedback from thousands of people. Those are the laggards. But the early adopters, they are always wanting to like, okay, they want to like experience it. They want to experience, okay, what's new? We have the innovators as well. So innovators are always ready to, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You have the innovators, they are always ready to, to test a new product. They are always, what's the word? They are always they want to learn new things, always curious. These are guys that they have curiosity in their mind, always wanting to try something new. So when you have your product launch set in place, it engage the early adopters, it attracts them, and in order for them to validate your products in the eyes of your potential customers. Yeah. So next one. Brands should represent many things these days. Yeah, Ola Inka. You can make exactly. Yeah, Kinabi. Yeah, I get that. It also helps you to collect valuable insights. Early feedback provides actionable insights, enable quick adjustments and improvement to enhance the product's appeal. Another thing is that it also helps you to drive industry attention because when you have a successful launch, it elevates the company reputation, drawing media coverage and also industry recognition that can lead to future opportunities. Another reason why your product launch is important is because it sets the stage for sustained growth, customers' loyalty, and future product development. Hey, innovators are eager and quicker users. Chiwe, are you sure you're not the senior PM? Are you sure you're not a senior PM? Okay, I'm not going to say anything. All right. Uh, moving on. So, moving on. Next slide, please. So we have more than two types of product launch, but I just had to like limit it to just two, right? And which is this, you can also make your own personal research as well. We have the soft product launch and we also have the hard product launch. So the soft launch is when the approach is towards the release is being limited to a small set of target audience or a limited demographic area, and they check if any changes are required before they now launch it to the whole market. Do you understand? So it's just like you have this set of target audience that okay, test this product, let's um, hear from you. Let's get feedback before they now launch it to the public, general public. Do you understand? So it is very easy for them to be able to correct whatever that is being mentioned and when the product has gone live. Like, you understand what I'm trying to say? You are just trying to be humble. Doris, you're a senior PM. If you need an accountability partner, search for Chinwe Doris on LinkedIn and send her a DM. Yeah. So we also have another one that is hard product launch, whereas a hard launch is when the product is released with full force marketing efforts from the very first day in order to spread awareness and excitement to customers and persuade them. So that hard product launch is where there are lots of activities at the back end, whereby you have to like, you have to undergo what's it called, advertisements, it could be through messaging, email marketing, sending out newsletters, creating awareness, getting their names on the wait list. It's a lot of work really. So these are the two that we are limited to. So you can make your own personal research to get more information about that. So next slide. So let me ask you, so which one do you feel is more riskier between soft and hard? Yeah, running PR. Mr. Sim, are you sure that you're not a senior PM? Next slide, please. If you need an accountability partner, search for, but your name is not Mr. Slim on LinkedIn, but just find a way to connect with Mr. Slim. So my question is, Between soft and hard launch, which one do you feel is more riskier? Like, which one would you go for? Which one do you think is riskier? Soft, hard? Why do you think it's hard launch? I think I mentioned it, but I'm not supposed to mention it. I was explaining, but then it shows that you're paying attention. I like that. Laggards are those who slow down and wait for proof from those who have used the product. Exactly. So, wow, Chimiam, like I like the fact that you're paying attention. I just asked, like just mentioned, I didn't know that you were all paying attention to that part of it. Yeah, laggard are laggard. They are users that they are never like they are not ready to even try something new. They're always the last person. Like when everybody has used the products, and these are people that they're always, they are always looking out for the, I think, the bad experience on the products. They will never try new things. Never. Those guys, they will never try new things. Those are the laggard customers. Have you ever been acting, or have you ever acted like a laggard individual for any products? Or is there any product that came out and you were like, I'm not going to try this product until I get some certain numbers of feedback about the product? Have you ever been in such situation, being a laggard customer? Anyone, any products? What products? Is there any product that came out that I was afraid of testing or using? Yes, I think there's one, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it, but yeah, I think yeah, there was a particular product like that. I was like, never. I'm afraid. I'm not going to do this. Jennifer, you said yes. So Akilabi said, I am laggard on posing scheme. Okay, David, I got your comment, but I'm not going to say anything about that. Okay, exactly. So you can be an early adopter on a particular product, and in another product you might even be a late majority. Another product you can even be an innovator. Another one you can be laggard. So it depends on the products, right? So depends on the products. Yeah, I'm still. Somebody said I'm still a lagger for Temu. Oh, I'm too fast. I'm sorry. I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna slow down. Someone said not product per se. COVID vaccine. Oh God. Somebody said I'm a laggard for everything. Please receive. I pray for you that you should receive the spirit of an innovator. That's for Temilade that said you're a laggard for everything. Receive the spirit of an innovator that you want to like test everything. You want to have an idea what's trending, what's happening. Like receive that spirit. Okay. This person said there is this one category of customers that never try new products. They are loyal to their old products, no matter the strategy applied, like those old sales servant. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, those are loyal customers that they will never, regardless, they stay loyal. Yeah. Okay. This one said, I'm lagging on most product too. I don't like stories. Oh, you're scared of taking risk. You don't want to lose your money. Soft care pad. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes, we have innovators, we have the early majorities, late majorities, and the laggards. Yeah, you're right, Solomon. If you need an accountability partner, search for Solomon on LinkedIn. I think he's a senior PM. I'm laggard when I'm not sure of the products. Trying new tailor. Exactly. Yeah, I like the fact that you're all contributing on the channel. It shows that you are not just limiting yourself to the teaching in class, but you're also making your own personal research. I love that for you, everyone. So, like, moving on. So, we have three categories of product launching. We have the pre-launch, and we also have the launch. Then we have the post-launch. So, for pre-launch planning is all the activities that happened before you even launch your product to your target audience. Honestly, we should allow the facilitator to do her job, which the explanation is all conflicting. Okay, I get that. But if there's anything you don't understand, you can always drop it. That's for Fuzi, right? Yeah. Next slide, please. All right, so before I explain what the pre-launch plan and the launching and the post-launch, but there are some product launch checklists that we are expected to have at the back of our mind when we are working on our product launch list, right? So the first thing is you should make sure that your team has successfully executed on the strategic vision that are outlined in the product roadmap. I want to believe that they've already explained what product roadmap is for you, and I want to be sure that you understood what product roadmap is. So before you even think of your product launch plan, you are expected to at least to have successfully and strategically outline your product roadmap, right? So all of the like I mentioned yesterday, that product managers you will write. Yes, you will write. You need to do a lot of documentation. So also another thing on our checklist is that you should also test and QA the new product. Do you understand? So you allow the QA tester, they have to like test the product before you even think of launching it. And also you should draft and distribute your sales and your marketing collateral. All of those things are expected to be to be in place. You need to train your sales personnel on the new products. And also, you need to train your customer support department on the new product. The reason is because by the time there are issues, right? By the time there are issues, we'll share the slide with you. We'll share it with you. So because by the time there are issues, your customer department should be able to like explain what is expected. And of course, that is inevitable. There are issues with definitely there will be issue. That one is certain, but then it's not going to be something that you cannot control. So your customer support department should be able to attend to whatever complaints that have been raised during the point of them experiencing your products. So another thing is complete the product support and technical documentation. So before you even think of launching the plan also, you are expected to have done all the necessary technical documentation, and this is when you need the help of your technical teams, because as a product manager, I understand that you might not know everything that the dev team might want to do, yeah, but then you are expected to have all of these things to be documented. Don't worry, I'm not the one sharing my slide. That's why I'm unable to. If I was the one presenting to be clearer, yeah. But you get the slide. But I'll be reading those things out. You can just jot them down. But if you can't, you still get the slide. So the seventh thing on the checklist is that let your entire organization know about the approaching product launch. It's not that you just be hiding your product launch plan. So by the time things goes wrong, that's when you now be announcing it to your product team. No, it doesn't work that way. Right from ideation to your launching, every activities that happen, you need to carry your team along. Don't just act like yeah the only no, it's not gonna work. So they should know everything about your launch plan, the day that you will be launching the product, everything that will take place for you to have a successful launch product. You should carry them along. Okay. I won't be able to read your comments anyways once yeah. So but you can just drop your comments on the section. So I'll attend to that later because I have to zoom for you to see. Yeah. So the next thing is you need to devise a plan for tracking users' behaviors and gathering feedback from your early users. So all of this checklist, it's what is expected that you should have ticked everything before you even think of launching your product. You also need to decide on the metrics that you and your team will use to judge the success or failure. I want to believe that we understood what metrics is all about, and I'm happy that I think it's part of the things that was discussed yesterday, and I realized that almost everybody on the call engaged the channel. So these are part of the things that is expected. You decide on the metrics you and your team. we use to judge the success or the failure. We also conduct a product launch pre-note, your pre-plan. All of those things has to be in place before you even think of launching your product. Next. So, can your product launch follow a repeatable formula? Like, is there like a static plan? Like I said, that there is no one size fits all formula for launching your product, right? Because to be honest, there might be reasons why your product launch failure might happen. There are so many factors, but then you have to just like do what is expected of you before you even think of launching the product, right? So what works for a large SaaS company may not be applicable to a biotech startup. What works for a fintech company might not work for an agri tech company or an edu tech company. Do you understand? So, however, your strategy might differ across all the industry, but then one thing is significant that it is you still have to carry out the research, right? You still have to make all of those plans, step by step approach. The activities, your objective, how many numbers of users do you want to have at the end of so months? What are the channels? Is it through what social media? What approach? All of those things. You have to itemize everything. Do you understand? For your pre-launch plan, what is the objective? What are you trying to achieve? What means do you want to get your users? All of those things. Are you trying to use an influencer? Are you trying to, is it by sending emails? How many emails you want to send in a day? Is it by, running ads? Like all of those things. So you have to plan, and that is where your marketing team, they need to work. But you will find yourself, although I believe that every organization should have their marketers, their digital marketers. But then, even as a product manager, so you still have to work with your marketing team as well. Do you understand? Do you understand? So here are the key strategies for you if you want to like launch your product. Launching before it is perfect. In today's fast-paced digital world, waiting for a perfect product can mean losing the market to faster competitors. I believe there are some people that they are waiting that it is when everything looks perfect, everything is rosy, everything is working and all. But sometimes you just have to launch it because you never can tell what your competitors are working on. So you should launch once the product delivers the real value, even if it is not future complete, right? But at least it can deliver the real value by what? By launching your MVP. We all understand that it is not a complete features. I'll always love to use WhatsApp as an example because that application, to be honest, each time I see a new feature, I smile a lot because their their product team, they are actually doing a good job. Honestly, the way they are growing, I mean, it's like it's something that I love so much. Really, they are really intentional about it. So it means that if you're launching a product, you don't need to have all the features, but at least if you have your functional features that can test your idea, they are good to go to just to launch the product. And you can use that feedback to improve and you iterate quickly. Don't wait till we have 4 million features. No. Once you've prioritized your features, you've tested, you've done what you're expected to do, everything is fine, and just push it out. Because it can be shocked that your computer can override you. And by the time you launch it, maybe they've already had probably another product that is they are getting the same experience, the same value that you're trying to render. So it's too late. Do you understand? So the next thing is also to focus on the entire customer experience, right? Success is not just about the product, it's about the end-to-end experience by reviewing everything from your marketing and your sales process to customer support. When you design every interaction around the user, your product is more likely to succeed post-launch. So you need to like focus on the entire experience. You know, there are some applications that when you just check the website like this, very fine design. You know, the UI is great, the user interface is like this looks very good. But let's talk about the experience. How many minutes does it take your user to sign up? Are there bugs on the app? How many minutes does it take them to confirm payment on the application? How long does it take them to even get feedback? It, how far with the navigation on the applications for them to be able to move to the next screen, for them to view what they want to purchase online? So there's difference between UI and UX. Your UI might be great, awesome, no doubt, but your user experience also matters. So it's one of the things that also needs to be considered when all of these things are set in place. So this is why you have to be very, very close to your team, your product designer, your UI, UX, your technical team. In fact, everybody. And to be honest, you might be waiting till you have all the experiences in the world. But I'm telling you, if you're a good person and you know what you're doing and you have character, you can learn from them. In fact, they'll be willing to teach you for free. Do you understand? But if you don't have character and you're a kind of person that you're a very bossy person, you are the PM now because my facilitator said that I'm a mini CEO, that they have to listen to us before they make decision. Let me boss everybody around. You, can I get your update? You, I've not gotten an update. Deliver before 6 p.m. Deliver before 1 p.m. You are joking. It's not that they will not deliver. They will. But at the end of the day, you are losing. And that is why you have, I always say that if you don't have good character, it's not even just in the tech space. In life, if you don't have good character, you can't move forward. No matter how good you are, you don't have culture fit. Like if you are not, you don't have manners, one of those things, it affects your growth. So even if you don't have this technical understanding, like if you don't have this technical, you can still learn from them. But you just have to be polite. Right. In fact, they will be covering up for you. Yes, they will. They will cover up for you. So you need to have an understanding of those things too. But don't see that as a limitation for you to, to probably maybe to take up the challenge. They will teach you. Just humble yourself. Do you understand? Just humble yourself. So another thing is begin with the end in mind. Yeah. Don't rush into building. Exactly. You need to start with a clear long term vision by defining what success looks like. Like I say, you don't just wake up in the morning by saying that I want to work on a product, say a product manager, this, and I want to work on a product. Like I said, there are a lot of activities at the back end, even before you even think about building a product, because a lot of effort will be put into it, resources, your time, a lot. And you won't want to like do all of those things, and at the end of the day, you're not unable to. It doesn't make sense eventually. So to avoid premium tiers as well, you need to have a clear vision. It has to be written, documented, and you have to like be strategic. You need to have a clear goals by defining what success looks like for that product. You set your product goals that addresses users' problem. So these goals will shape your product roadmap, ensuring that every step aligns with your overall strategy. I hope you understand. Next slide, please. So, I said we have three categories of um, launch plan. I said we have the pre-launch phase, we have the launch phase itself, and we also have the post-launch, right? So now, the word pre and launch, we all know that every activity is pre. When we say pre, pre this, pre that, pre this, pre that. So they are the what activities that happen behind the scene before your product is being introduced to the public. So there are strategic activities that aim at preparing the market by refining the offering and generating early excitement. So, but the main objective of this phase is for you to be able to spark interest, for you to be able to build anticipation and gather feedback that helps you to ensure a successful launch. We'll be going on a short break. We'll be back in 5 minutes, then we'll continue from here where we are back. So, yeah, see you soon.
Dear DSA students, we are so excited to be on this journey with you, and we want to say a big well done for your commitment and enthusiasm so far. Whether you have just joined or you have been learning with us over the past few weeks, we see your progress and we are rooting for you all the way. Now, we know there's been a bit of silence around the learning management system, and we sincerely apologize for that. But here's the good news. We have an update as regards the learning management system, and it is one you'll love. Some of you may have been onboarded on the previous LMS, but want to ask that you kindly disregard any previous link, platform, or communication concerning that old system. We are officially switching to a new platform that you may be familiar with, Canvas by Instructure. For those new to Canvas, don't worry. A video tutorial will be uploaded to guide you step by step on how to use the platform effectively on our YouTube channel. You will also receive an onboarding email directly from Canvas by Instructure to help you get started. Please follow the instructions in the email and input your details to begin your learning journey on the platform. We are committed to making sure your learning experience is smooth, interactive, and impactful. So please, pay close attention to the announcements coming right after this video for more details. We are so glad to have you with us. Keep going, we've got this.
Welcome back, everyone. All right, so moving on. Next slide, please. All right, so for pre-launch planning stage, so these are some of the activities that it is expected that you should carry it out. All right, so for your pre-launch phase, you're expected that you focus on planning and making research and also working on all those activities that will enable you to launch your product successfully. So I listed some common launch activities there. I'm sure that depending on your product that you're working on, you are not limited to what we have here. So you can go extra mile. It depends on what you are trying to launch and also it depends on your industry. So you are not just limited to what we have. But then these are things, the basic things that you're expected to, to have before you even think of launching your products. Like I said, at pre-launch phase is the activities that happened, right? Before you even think of launching your products. And for every phase, you should have an objective. You should have a focus on what exactly are you trying to achieve. So during your pre-launch activities, you are expected that you should learn about your target audience, their problems, their expectations. You're expected to define, you are going to prepare a document. You can decide to use a Google Doc and you can decide to use a template. There are lots of product management tools that you can use. Depend on what you are good at and what can, enable you to like work faster. And you can decide to just use Google Documents. Just label it, your pre-launch activities, post-launch, your objective, everything. You can decide to use your Google Documents to achieve that. So for pre-launch phase, you should build a go-to-market strategy. I think I explained that yesterday. You're expected to define your goals and your KPIs and how you're going to be able to determine success. You are expected to train your internal teams, people that you're working with. You understand? And another thing is also marketing teasers. How you going to like what means do you want to use to to create this mindset for your users, for them to be looking out for your products? Is it by pre-orders or is it by asking them to you send them a Google form for them to fill to have them on the wait list, right? Is it by sending out exclusive content to generate buzz, to generate feedback from them? So all those activities that happen before you launch your products, you can use waitlist building by encouraging them to sign up or reservation. There are some events that they will just tell you that can kindly sign this, reserve a seat for yourself before it closes and all of those things. All those activities that happen before the real day, they are things that enables you to have a successful launching. Better testing. You're expected to release a trial version of in order for you to gather user feedback so that you can make a final improvement before you now launch it to your general public. So another thing your pre-plan is that you're expected to do for your pre-launch is that your team readiness. You need to be able to align your team. You need to be on the same page, all of you, right? And you should prepare support and sales channel for your launching. So like I just like saying this all the time because one thing is that if you're unable to carry your team members along, it's a big problem, honestly. Because if your team members are not willing to work with you, they can slow you down. Do you understand? So as you're, you know, working as a product manager, right, that you decided to transition into PM, you have to be able to like manage your team members. You have to be in alignment with them. I'm not saying that you should be a yes person, but I'm just saying that you're a leader. When you get there, you're a mini CEO, but then you should be able to like carry your team members along. They should be willing to work. There's another thing about you not telling somebody to do something and you telling somebody to do it. It's always a plus when the person is willing to do it. Do you understand? So just know how you're going to manage your team members. Because there'll be a lot of I don't want to use I don't want to use buzzwords, but then there'll be a lot of moments that people might have issues, but you should be able to manage them. So for your pre-launch plan, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. All the activities that has to be in place that's going to capture their mind when you're about to launch your product. So you should be able to like create that impression in their hearts. They should be looking forward to your product. Do you understand? Next one, please. Okay, someone has answered that. Next. No, there's another one before this. That's the launch plan. The launch. There's launch before post launch. Previous slide, please. Previous one. All right. So for you to before your launch phase, it's like I mentioned, it might take months, 2 months. You would have, engage into different meetings with your team members, correcting, trying to fix so many errors and all of those things, right? Before the real day, which is the launching of that product. You can decide to have an event for your launching and might be online launch. Depend on whatever way that you want to launch your products. I just might decide to create a very big event. There was a product that was launched recently and it was a big event that everybody has to like they came for the event and they introduced the products to the public. So you're not limited. You're not. You can decide to launch your product whichever way that pleases you. This can do you understand? So the launch phase is the execution phase where you are trying to introduce your product to the market. So the focus is for you to release it and public rollout. This is what we are selling. Do you understand? This is what we are selling and all of those things. So the activities that happen during your launch phase is you release the product to the target audience, you run your launch campaigns, you send emails, socials, your PR, your ads. You might try it organically. You might decide to like use a paid ads and all, but it's a lot, really. So it is when you launch your product, that is when you now monitor your user feedback and engagement. You provide your real-time support. How do you want to interact with your users? How do you want to engage with your early adopters and your influencers? How do you want to track your key performance index? How do you want to do that? So all of these things you have to plan everything. Like you create a table, like document like this, step by step. Everything you write it down. You write it down, and for your user feedback too, you need to have a support system. I mean, your customer support that will be attending to prompt responses because when you launch a product, it is expected that there will be issues. I'm not saying that you should relax, but there are some issues that they are inevitable. But another thing is that when you're launching a new product, so everything has to be like it has to be there should be a sense of urgency, right? Not that you will not relax when you launch your products. No, because you are going to launch an MVP, obviously. It's not going to be, if you're not going to have all your features. But then that launch phase, you have to be, pay attention to all of these things I listed, right? So you list out your activities, you itemize everything, your marketing team, your campaign, how do you want to run your campaigns, everything, the graphics that you're using on social media, how do you want to do all of those things? How many posts do you want to have in a day? How do you want to track your progress? All those things has to be in place. So you'll be needing a marketer, and but then you still have to plan your launch plan, because they'll ask you prepare a launch plan for the product. Then you and your marketers, you sit down, not just marketer, everybody, to plan everything. Oh, do you get? So that's for the launch phase. So launch phase is the phase whereby you introduce that product to the market. This is what we are selling. Come and buy our market. Do you understand? Yeah. So after launch phase, then we have post launch. When your product has been launched, you cannot sit down and cross your leg. That is when you have to, in fact, you have that work to do, to monitor, get feedback, reach out, let your user experience the product. What is your experience like? Even you yourself, you experience the product yourself. I'm sure you've done all of those things in your pre-phase than even after the product has been launched. That is why you see so many advertisements online. Once their product is on, you just be seeing it back to back. Once you see an advertisement on LinkedIn, no, you can't. No, let me use Facebook. It depends on whatever you are doing. If it's regarding career, I'm sure you can see those on LinkedIn, right? But then maybe other products for commercial products and all of those things, you will see the advertisements on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, and all of those places, right? All those things you are seeing, there are some paid ads that you see there, and there are some that they are running them organically. Do you understand? So all of those things is just for them to be able to create awareness that we are out. But when you're launching a product, that's what I'm saying, that you have to be very, very certain before you launch that, in the sense that make sure that you're able to win the heart of your user at first. Because to acquire more customer takes a whole lot of time. But when you lose them, to get them back, it's very hard. Do you understand? So it's very, very hard for you to be able to get them back. So try as much as possible also to, when you are launching your product, as you've written everything in, you've documented everything, do everything that you said. Follow up with your users. Don't cross your leg. Because if care is not taken, you just find yourself, you're in your introduction phase when you launch your products. So the growth phase is there before you get to your maturity and your decline phase. It is easy for you to fall from introduction to decline phase straight out. The person will not even get to growth, not talk of getting to maturity. So that's why this planning is very important, so that you know when to get back to your drawing board and make corrections and all. Next slide, please. So for your post-launch phase, we have the um, follow up and growth. I think I've explained that. So that is when you have to optimize your channel to get your feedback. Depends on where you want to get your feedback. Is it, there are some applications that you use that they'll be asking you that what's the experience like? Rate us, this and that, all of those things. You'll be asking to rate them. The reason why they're asking for rating is because they want to know how they are performing, if they are performing well or they are not. So they gather all of this feedback and they'll make changes just for them not to lose their customer. I hope you understand. Exactly. Please go back. I'm not done with that. Okay, yeah, thank you. So for the key activities under your post-launch phase, that's when you have to analyze your launch performance. Do you understand? That's when you have to collect and implement your customers' feedback. Those are the period whereby you need to address your bugs. There will be bugs, there will be issues, yes, but then it can be corrected. That is when you can optimize your marketing and your boarding flows. You need to optimize, you need to know the numbers of users that sign up on your applications. You need to know the numbers of people that actually purchase your item. You need to know the numbers of hours they spent on your platform. You need to know how they were able to navigate it, how fast was it. You need to get feedback. You have to track everything they do from the point in which they are getting to your, even for them to even have an encounter with your application. You have to track everything. You have to track everything. So, and how do you achieve that? You have to optimize it. So you have to also scale outreach, user acquisition, plan your updates for your future releases and all. So you cannot launch a product if you don't have a go-to-market strategy. Do you understand? So to launch a product is a lot of work. A lot of work. It's not jokes at all. It's not jokes at all. So yeah. Next slide, please. Oh, exercise. Okay, so what is one everyday problem that you wish a product could solve? Let's start from there. Yeah, someone has answered key performance, yeah. That shows if you are able to meet up with your targets. Yeah. What is that one everyday problem that you wish a product could solve? Like, what's is that one problem? I want you to share on the channel. I'm expecting feedback. Chidioke, that one is inevitable. In the sense that it's a debt that everybody is owing, but then, yeah, access to quality health care in the rural area. Everyday problem that you wish a product could solve. High data cost and usage. I just wish there's a kind of product that I will just sit down and it will just be doing everything for me. Like, yeah, it's just be doing everything, and I'll just look. I'm just kidding. Uh, High data cost, cost of transportation. What is one everyday problem you wish a product could solve? For cost of transportation, that's why we have BRT now. BRT is cheaper. So I think that one has been sorted already. So yeah, that one has been sorted out already. So waste management. Waste. What kind of waste? As an educator that will be writing your lesson notes. I get that. But yeah, but you can type it. Do people still write notes? Do people still write notes? High cost of petrol, high cost. That one. A product that could stop Samsung phones from any source of damage. But I don't think that is possible because the more you use a particular product, it wears out in the sense that there's probability that it will get faults because you are using it. Even you as an individual, we get older. You are young now, you are agile, you can do so many things, but as you grow older, we grow older. So the more you use an item, which is expected that it will be reducing, right? Law of diminishing return. So there's nothing you can do about that. Even the ones you did not use, there are some devices that you never use them for so long and it gets damaged. It's not something you can avoid. But I understand you wish something like that could happen. That reduces stress and having not to sleep out to get anything. Wow, soft life. Time management. Time management. Okay. A product that will make anybody that steal my phone run mad. I don't. What did I just read? I don't understand. What did I just read? Who sent such? Let me see the person. I need to know who this person is. Where's the person said? I can't find the person's name again. This person is this is well. A product that can stop phone from getting hot. Yeah, I think I'm experiencing that lately with my phone as well. It gets hot very fast. I don't know why. But I can also get a product that can fold clothes. I wouldn't mind. Like if there's a product that will be folding my clothes for me. I don't think there's any product like that. There's no product. I have to fold it myself. Yeah. Sweating, a product that will stop too much sweating and still regulate body temperature. Maybe you watch what you eat, or you probably see probably an health personnel that can help you check. Maybe it might be something they can do about that. So yeah. All right. That's the first question. So the second one is, what is the widest or the most unnecessary products that you've ever seen? What's the widest or the most unnecessary products? Like the product is just there. You don't know what the usage is. Where did I get this question from? What's the widest or the most unnecessary products that you've ever seen? People they vex. I mean, DBC. I mean, I'm waiting. Widest products. There's a machine designed to fold clothes. I've watched the adverts once. Really? Can you tell me what's the name of that machine? Ajibade, I've never had an encounter with such machine before. Problems of unemployment. Clothes washing app on phone. Clothes washing app on phone. They are unnecessary products. Clothes washing app. Do we have any app like that for clothes washing? Yeah, I think for that clothes washing app, it's more like a laundry app whereby you ask them to come and pick your clothes, they'll wash them, then they'll return it. They are necessary. Why would you say they are not necessary? Or what are you trying to say? Rice cooker. They are also not necessary products. I don't understand really. Rice cooker. No, I think rice cooker is for you to be able to you order for it online. Yes, you order for it. They only try to make sales. I think they are necessary products. A good product that can eradicate virus detector and removal that it removes nothing. Snapchat AI. A product that can ease stress. I wish something like that we have that I would like to buy also. Adebisi, I don't understand. What do you mean that I'm not going to read that, please? That product is necessary. Why would you say that product isn't necessary? People are buying from them. I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm not going to say, what's wrong? Why are you, no, it's not cool. Not that clothes washing isn't necessary. The application itself isn't doing. I don't know what this application has done to Nigerians. I don't know. Maybe I just against it. Fingerprint app that works on Android that don't have fingerprints. Okay. I don't know. Uluwani Femi, what has this application? What has it done to you guys? I don't understand what is happening. And their market is very cheap, honestly. Very, very cheap. They give free items. I think you don't even have to pay for delivery. I don't know why people after I don't know what is wrong. Though I've never gotten anything from them though. But then I don't know why I'm getting this negative feedback from everyone. I think you need to write them a message. Yes, this is where you need to come in. If you feel like they are not doing enough, send them an email. They might even not know all of these things they are saying. So you have to pass the information to the right channel so that they can, work on it. The problem with them is the plenty spam messages and adverts, and it's disturbing. Hmm, I understand, but just send a mail to them. I don't know why everybody's against them. Why? What have they done? Anyway, so the next question is, it is well. Oh God, okay, you again with this your funny comment. All right. So if you had to launch a product in 24 hours, what would you launch and how would you promote it? I'm sure that we all have our products that we are working on. I believe we all have it because at the end of this training, we expect that you all have your products that you're working on and there will be a capstone project. So whatever we teach you now, like this launch plan, I expect you that you also carry out your own research, write your own product launch planning, do everything for the products that you've decided to work on because all of these things will be needed for your capstone project. So for every topic, right from what is PM to what we are doing right now, practicalize it on your products because they'll be needed for your capstone. So yeah, that being said, so if you had the opportunity to launch a product in 24 hours, what would you launch and how would you promote it? Exactly, Jennifer, tell them. I don't know why everybody's complaining about that product. A product that will detect bed bugs and eliminates the bed bugs. I think bed bugs comes from maybe if the place is not clean enough, if the environment is not well tidy up or it's not clean. I think that's what attracts bed bugs. Yeah. But you want a product then. Okay. 24 ways to be a PM will be launched here. Okay. 24 ways to be a PM. Mr. Slim. Okay. Money processor. I don't understand. You have to work to get money in ADBC. Do you understand the question? I said if you had to launch a product in 24 hours, what would you launch and how would you promote it? So this is what I'm expecting. In 24 hours, I will maybe probably love to launch what kind of app can I want to launch in 24 hours? Maybe a laundry app, for example. And how do I want to promote it? Maybe probably by running ads on Facebook or by running ads on Instagram. A product that recycles PET bottles, blood pressure app. Great, great, great. You want to design a trolley whereby you can calculate and cash out your items in a trolley, and you will promote it by going to the big retailers. I like that. A product that can make women not. Oh, I wish we can have something like that too. That can make women not to experience cramps. There is products now. I think there are some people they sell pills, something like that. But I don't advise pills. I don't advise taking anything. You can just reduce your sugar intakes and probably take hot water. I don't really advise medicine for such, but it depends on you as an individual. Yeah. Perhaps we run massive PR on social media. Noiseless generators. Do people still use generators? Now that there's inverter, I don't think people don't really use generator. I think generator is becoming what's the word? We'll be getting to a decline phase very soon. People no longer use it that much. Yeah. Except in some rural areas. Yeah. So next question. What product do you think was launched perfectly and why? What products do you think? I believe everybody knows what product launch is, right? So, what product do you think was launched perfectly that you've experienced? Have you ever experienced product launch where a product has been launched? I mean, there are some new products that you see the advertisements online that hey, there's this product like there's a new product at the moment now that's Paystack just launched recently, right? So have you ever experienced any products that is perfectly launched and why? Okay. Nice one. Very nice. Okay, free charges. I love that. A product where a student can submit their assignment and have it done for them. EduTech, great. So I'm asking now, what product do you think was launched perfectly? Like my own experience, Zap was launched perfectly, and the experience is very seamless. Yeah, you're trying to transact or to make payments on the channel. So Zap, I must say Zap. Yeah, they did a good job for their launching. Yeah. Which other one? ChatGPT. Yeah, that one is great. OPay app was launched perfectly. First, they started without bank charges. Yeah, when we're talking about that bank without, okay, what method, what kind of pricing model is that? Faith, I'm asking you. You said they started with no or low charges, something like that. So, what pricing model do they adopt? Is it penetration or is it scheming, strategy? What's pricing model? A machine that plates air, promotes it through e-commerce, global, free delivery, both. I said it that we have senior PM here. So like now you have an understanding of what product launching is. So by the time you are launching your own product to the market, try as much as possible to come soft. Penetration. Yeah, penetration. I like that. This for everybody. Thumbs up to everyone. Brilliant PMs. So I think we have one more question. Which product do you think failed at launch? And what went wrong? Polar, I don't know what this product did to you guys, but God will forgive everyone. Honestly, I don't know. Just send a mail to them. Yeah. So the last question we have here is which product do you think failed at launch and what went wrong? What product launched went wrong? What product went wrong? What product went wrong? Yeah, penetration strategy. You're right for that. Yeah. So, what products have you ever had? Has there been any product that was launched and it wasn't successful and it went wrong? Save Butter, UBA chatbots. I have a product on my map. I'm not going to say it. That product is very terrible, like very terrible. The kind of stress they give me in this life after they're launching, I just had to uninstall it. I had to. But I'm not going to mention it though. The application. I think I need to even send a mail to them. I will. I'll do that. Okay, what application failed at launch and what went wrong? So I'm just expecting few comments then. Yeah. To go. I'm not going to say it so I'm Adebisi. No, I'm not going to say it. I won't say it. What happened to OP ride? What happened to it? They didn't fail now. They didn't fail. I won't take that response. Sarah, they didn't fail. Yeah? No. Togo didn't fail at launch. What happened to Togo was they failed to innovate. That was what happened to them. Because at some point they were really, really trending then. Throughout when I think I can't even remember. It lasted for a whole like a long period of time, but they did not grow. Like they did not innovate. That was what happened. That they had to die. So that's they get to decline phase because they couldn't keep up with their competitors. Do you understand? So that was what happened. So it's decline phase, it's not launching. Launching is when the product is newly launched like this and they failed. What went wrong? They didn't even last for too long. Open more to go open. No, not to go is out of it. They did not fail. They did not fail at launch. They didn't feel alone. They didn't just meet up with their opponent, with their competitors. STV, Ibody, ITV, okay. All right. Yeah, value addition. Okay. At least I'm happy that we all have an understanding of what um, go to market, product launch, pre-launch, post-launch, and all. And I trust that everybody on this call, you will definitely succeed as a PM. So let's just keep up the energy and make research very important. Let's try as much whatever you have been taught in class. Go extra miles. You know, it's just like everybody. We all have BSc, but what really distinguishes us is the extra thing you added. Do you understand? Don't be regular. Don't be a regular person. Be distinct. And the only way you can be distinct is by going extra mile. If you are being taught that a particular thing today, make research. No, like go in depth. Don't just stop there. Don't be on the surface. Do you understand? That is what distinguishes from a regular person. So don't be a regular person. So we've come to the end of Akinyele said we don't all have BSc. Oh. Hey God, to see. Okay, even if it is not BSc, but at least everybody, I believe that we all went to school. That's it. That's something that is for you to even be on this call, for you to be able to read and write. Hey, you're educated, right? But one thing that will distinguish you is you going extra mile by doing what's getting more skills, trying to connect, trying to read books, develop yourself so that you don't just be the regular person. Because for you to find your way to this channel shows that you're not a regular person. That's what I'm trying to say. To say you're still in high school, regardless of where you are. Go beyond what you have been taught in class. So that when you're back, you'll be able to ask questions. You taught us this. I made a research, but I don't understand this. Do you understand? So be proactive. So we've come to the end of tonight's class. I want to believe that I was able to add value, right? So if you have questions for me, you can only send them on LinkedIn for now, right? And I'm going to attend to it if I'm online. Yeah. And hopefully we see you on Friday, right? By God's grace. God will spare everybody's life. And yeah. So you can also follow up with me on LinkedIn as well. My name is PC Pepper on all social media. That's my name. So also try to um tell your story. Very important. Very, very. Please don't hide yourself. Do you understand? Don't hide yourself. Whatever you've learned, you don't have to write everything. Just people will always check what is happening. And some people are actually following up with you. You might not know. And there are lots of opportunities on LinkedIn. Somebody might just like this person is not giving up. You can see the commitment in you that this person, wow, little bit. Don't be shy. You might send some update and you might just have one like. Don't get disturbed. Somebody that has 1,000 likes or 500 likes started somewhere. So it's just a matter of time if you are not rushing. But the truth is, don't just take action. Do something. Just do it anyway. What can even what is the worst thing that can happen? Like just do it. Nobody just do it. Share it. Even if you don't get the content correctly, drop it. Because a time is coming that you go back to you remember how you started. Like this video now, and I'm sure that there's a time that probably in the future, 20, 40, 60 years time, right? I'm just like, oh my god, it was a time I attended this boot camp. Do you get all those throwback things? And you just be smiling because by then every one of us would have grown, to more than what we are at the moment. So I'm just trying to encourage you that you don't have to be shy of your little beginning. You might send messages to some senior PMs and they didn't respond. Let them be. Do you understand? It's a matter of time. And even you, the time is coming that you also be facilitating as well. Yes. There was a time I was also going to training, and here I am. I'm also doing what, trying to also pass knowledge. So it's just, we pay it forward. So don't be ashamed of your little beginning. You've got this. You're better than someone that didn't even do it at all. So don't be ashamed, regardless. Do it anyway. So we are done, guys. So hope to see you on Friday. Good night.